Welcome to Microcode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we're going to proceed with our employees management system. So as you can see, this is our login screen. So I'm going to sign into our application, and here we have the dashboard. So on the dashboard, we'll be able to add some new analytics. This is where we'll be adding some new features. So if you are still following our series, stay tuned and you'll be able to get these updates. So if you go, you can see on our employees management, we have the employees section, where here you can add a new employee. So this is how the form looks like. We have our holidays, so you can actually add a new holidays list. We have the leave adjustments, so you can do some leave adjustments. You have the leave balances, so you can be able to see the employees with their leave balances. You have the leave periods, so you can add new leave period. Then you also have here the leave types. So you can see we have the leave types, we have the leave applications. So these are some of the applications that are there. You can add new application. Then we have the users, that is the system users. So from here you can be able to see the users list. You can add a new user and you can actually assign them to a role. Then let me zoom it so that you're able to see that. So here also we have the system roles, so you can add new roles. So let me try to make, yes. So you can add roles, so you can see this is the role ID and this is the role name. Then you can add a new role. So if you go back to the list, you can also see the profiles. So you can see the list of profiles here. So and these are all list of profiles. You have the system audits. So from here you can see all the audit trail details. Then we also have the approval user group. That is the approval entries. We have the approval user group, approval user matrix. You have the designation, the departments. You have the banks. You have the countries. We have the town or cities. We also have the system codes, and you also have the system code details. From here, you can be able to see some of these details and also the settings. So if you come to employees here, you'll be able to see that you can actually add a new employee. So if you see here, let's just create one new. So here you need to actually add an employee, and you can actually assign a photo. So let's try to see if we have. So let's do here. So also this one, I think we need to, we'll actually design a service that will be giving you the employee number automatically instead of you keying in. So I'll just do here James. So this is James Opio. When you say in Google, then this is our phone number. So we can do here. Then our email address. Then the gender, the country, the date of birth. Then you can also have the employment date, the designation date, the bank account number, the IBAN. Then we have the SWIFT code. Then national social security number, national health insurance number. So this one depends on the countries that you are working on. So you can also update that. This is the Kenya Revenue Authority PIN. So this is the tax compliance PIN. Then the passport number, the employment terms, then the passport and the disability type. So here you can attach a photo, or you can actually leave it as it is. So if we click save, you realize that we have something missing. So you can see here it is telling us the photo is actually null. So we need to ensure that our photo can be actually null, and we don't have to ensure that someone can attach a photo. So I'll just do end. So I'll say if this is can say if this is not null. So let's just do, if this is not null and that length is that, then it can actually do that. So let's relaunch our app and see. So you can only save the photo only if it has been attached. So you can leave if it hasn't been attached. So let's just launch our app and see. So there we go. So if you go to our application, so let's just try to add a new employee now. So this is our, say here, James. We have that, and we can actually have that as the number. This is our email address. This is the gender, the date of birth. You can choose the date of birth, the employment date, and also choose the employment date. The bank here, we have the IBAN. So we'll do IBAN, SWIFT code, NSSF number, NHIF number, email address, the PIN, the passport, and employment terms, disability certificate if it's any. So if I click register, I don't want to attach a photo. So you can see our employee has been saved, and this is the entry. But we don't have any success messages. So that's weird. So we need to add that so that whenever we are creating our app, we ensure that we are able to get the success messages. So what I want us to do, if you go back to our app, so let's just go back to our app. So I want us to go to our layout. So just navigate to our layout. I'm going to zoom this so that you're able to see. I hope you can see. So if I go to our layout, so I'll just go to system layout shared. So here, where we have our body, so let's just check. So this is where we have our body. So on where we have our body, I want us to actually add some things here. So here, I want us to add, so we can add a section where we'll be having our messages, and these will be cutting across. So you can see this is actually suggestions that we are getting. So you can see if you say temp success message is not null, then you can have an alert. So here you can say success, then we pass the message. Then that's the button. So we can say also, we can close that. So let's just confirm this is if it's closed. But you can also say if, you can say if temp we have the error, can actually also have the error message. So you can see that is the error message. So we'll be passing the success message or the error message, and then we'll be getting the alert. So this will be our alert, and we'll be able to actually go through. So you can actually even enclose these. So let's enclose this in a div. I can close this here, div. So, and that way, then we can format this. So once we format, so this is how our layout now looks like. So you have our error message and you have our success message. So every time we add something to our application, we need now to ensure that the messages are actually showing. So every time we add new thing, we should ensure that we are actually passing the messages. So how do we do that? So let's just go to our employees, or instead, let's go to, yes, let's just add to our employees controller. So I'll just go to the controllers, employee controllers, where we have been actually adding the employee. And this is the area. So what we need to do is we need to come here, and we should actually add the success message. So here, I want us to try something. So also, I want us to, let's add our try catch to our application. So I'll just come down here, and we can do that. Then it will actually give us that. So let's just do this. Then you can say here, we need to close this. So here, you can actually say return to view, and you can return the view. So that's okay. But now, if this is saved, we can actually say now here, we need to pass our temp data. So we'll say temp data. So you see it is actually telling us the message, but now we need, do we change this to message? We can actually say message or error. So let's just come back here. We can change this to message. This is message, and we can change this to error. So that's okay, so that we don't have a lot of details. So if we go back to the employees, so we'll be able to say employees employee created successfully. But if there is an error here, you can actually say error. Then you say employee could not be created successfully. Then we say can actually add the error message. So you can pass the error message here, x dot message. So this is you can do that. So is this a method? No. So you should actually do that. So if we relaunch our app now, we should now be able to see a success message, and we should be able to create our new employee. So let's try. So our app is launching. So there we go. So let's just confirm our application. So there we go. So let's add a new. Yes. So you see we have this thing here. So let's just confirm our layout if we have closed everything correctly. So this is it. So we don't need this. We also don't need this. So if we reload, go back to our app. So let's add a new employee, say 99. So let's say 23. Jared, say Mwangi, Opio, then you say Ngugi. So this is the phone number. Then this is our email address. Then if we come here, we can actually do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can also do this. So this is our, can do that, can do that, can do this. So we can also have the PIN here, a passport, and we can have a certificate. So if we register, you see we have our success message here. So that's cool. So every time we'll now be adding our application, then we should be able to have our success message. So, and actually we can actually have that as a model. So it depends on how we are going to actually see that. But for now, let's have it that way. So if we go to details, that is the holiday, we need to also add this to the holidays section. So let's go back to our application. So under holidays, we are going to under holidays here, the controller. So we are going to under create action. So I'll also add this as I'll also do here try. Then I do that. So then I can actually say here. So I can actually do this catch. So let's make use of. So we do that exception. Then we can have that. So if we have an error, we can return it. So if it saves, then we can have that. So what do we need here? We need our temp. We need our temp message. So let's just come here. So we need our temp data. Then here we can say message. So we say holiday created successfully, and that's cool. So we need to actually have it here. So since we have that, we need also to have our temp error here. So we need to do error occurred while creating holiday, and then we need to pass that particular error. So let me zoom so that you're able to see that. Sorry. So let me zoom in a bit. So that is it. So we can do that. Then we say message. So we can add the message here. So let's do this across all our controllers. So let's start from the workflow. So we need to ensure our controllers have that, and we can actually also have our try catch. So I'm going to have that. So that way, so I can close this here. Then I can say, can actually have that one. and this can be here, then you can have this here. But now here I need to have my temp, so I'll be temp data, then I'll say it's message workflow group created successfully. Then we can also have our temp data here, and this will be the error. So we need to do here error, then here we need to pass the message. Sorry, we need the message here. So you do message, then that should be cool. So, and then this one is okay. So workflow user group member, you can also do the same. So I'll just do try. I'll close everything here. Then I'll close this catch. Then I need to remove this here. Then here I'll do temp data. We'll have our message. Then I can also have here temp data. This is error, so I'll do error here. Then you can have our error message. So that's cool. So since we have that, so you can also do the users. So when you are creating users, you should be able to see have the success message. So, and also we are going to change this particular aspect. You see how we had done this? So this is wrong. So here, remember we now have the person who is logged in. So we'll be able to see this and actually try to make things easier here for us. So I'll just do for now that. Then if I do this, I can do here catch exception. Then here I can say, sorry, so this one you can say redirect to action. Then you can actually say name of, then you can do that. So here we can now have our temp data, can have that, or we can actually have temp data. We'll be having some errors, so then you can actually get the message from here. So if we say that, we say we have errors, yes, so that's cool. Then you can also have our error posted here, so then we'll have that. So that's cool. So we can do the same for user profile. So I'll do this so that way. Then I can actually do here try catch. Then we'll have our temp data. So you have the user profile created successfully. We also have our temp data here, and this will be error. Then that's cool. So we need to remove this. So that is okay. So we can do the same for system code codes. So if we go to our create action, so we need to change this to try. So change this to try, and we can actually have this way. Then we can do catch exception. Can do here temp data. So that is the message. Can have your temp data. Then you can have these as can do here message. So that's cool. So then we can remove this here. So that's okay. So since we have that, let's do the same for system code details. For system code details, I'll also do here try. So then we can have here our catch. Then you can do that. I'll remove this. Then here I can have my temp data. Then here I'll also do temp data. So if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, comment down below. And in case you need this source code, you can claim the source code using the link down below. So it actually goes a long way in ensuring that we provide more of this content. So we notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you haven't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please like the video, comment down below, and actually claim the source code, which actually goes a long way in ensuring that you help us post more of these series. So this is our create action. So I'll just do here, I'll just do that. So I'll post this, I'll say here return view model. So I'll just do that. So I'll close this here. So we return view model. Then here I can do temp data. Then we say role created successfully. You can also do temp data error creating role. Then I can have here also temp data error creating role. You can say exception. Yes, so we can add this here. So we can do here ex.message. So that's cool. So if we go to, do you have an issue here? Yes, we need to close that. Then for the profiles, the same case, assignment of users. So you are assigning users to rights. So we need to do here as well. So I'll close this, then I'll just do here catch. So this is so that is it. Then I can actually do this, can do this. Then here, instead of doing this, you can actually do return view, then we pass our VM. But here we can do temp data, and also I can do your temp data. Then here we can do exception. This is exception. Then you can add here dot message. So this will be plus ex dot message. So ex dot message. So then we can format that. So we need to close something here. So that's okay. So if we go to leave types, so we can also do the same for leave types. So I'll remove this binding here. Remove this as well. So sorry. So I'll also remove this. So I'll try here and actually close that. I can have these here, say catch. Can have my exceptions, can do exception, and here I can return my view. Then here I can do temp data. Then here I can do temp data. Then I can have my message there. So then I'll do away with this. So I'm just adding our success messages to almost all our actions. So going forward, we'll be adding these actions now for our new pages. So I'll just do here. Then we can actually do, we'll actually be also creating a global try catch so that we'll replacing. So everything is you're going in this series in bits, so don't worry. So, and in case you have some recommendation, you can type in below, which actually we are going to implement. So just add this here. So if I do that, then I can actually I can have my try catch here. So I can have here exception, then I can remove this. So here I'll do temp data, then that is my leave adjustment. I can also do a temp data, then pass my error message. So that is leave adjustments. So what happens to the leave application? So let's just go to leave application on creation. So I'll do here try, that's okay. Then I can close it here. So I can also do catch, exception. So this will be exception, EX, then you can have that. So we have some things going on here. So let's just copy that and have it down here. So then I can say here return view. So that is it. And I can also say temp data. So we have our error. That is okay. Then I can remove this. So this we can have it here. So that's creation of leave application. So leave adjustment entries. Do you have any action here? So we'll be adding, so currently we've just only done for creation. We'll be doing them for edits and deletions, so as we go along. So for now I wanted just to show you how you can add this. So I'll do catch, then you can do that. Then if we do that, then here I'll be adding here temp data. You can see leave adjustment entry has been created successfully. I can also have temp data, the error creating leave adjustment entries. So we had added for holidays, employees. So you can do for designation. So for the designation, I can actually have here try, and you can remove this, can add this. So then can actually say here exception. Then here I can return my view. So then here I'll do temp data. So this is designation saved successfully. I can also do here temp data, error saving designation. So format our controller. If we go to departments, it's the same thing. So I'll just do here try. Then I can actually have that. So if I do this, catch, exception, then I can do that. Error creating department, I can also do here temp data. Then it will actually give my department created successfully. So same case, so I'll remove this here. Same case to, I need that there. So you can see that. So if we go to countries, you can also have it on our create controller. So I'll just do try. Then if we remove this, I'll actually do here catch. Then you can do exception. Then that is it. You can have here temp data. Then we can have a country created successfully. Then we have our company info. So company info here. Do you have any create action? Yes. So for logo, you can also check if it's null. Null. And you can actually do, sorry. So if we check that, then you can also add try. Then I can wrap everything here. And we can say catch, exception. I can have my temp data. So temp data, that is it. I can also have my temp data here. Then we can have our error creating application. Then I can remove this. So we are formatting that. For cities, same case. So where is it? So cities, I just go to create city. I'll also wrap this here. Then I can have my try catch here. Then I can say exception. So then I can return my cities. I can do here temp data. City created successfully. I can also do here temp data. Then I can have my error message. So I can do message there. So that's cool. So then I can remove that. Let's do banks. So if I come to banks, I can also have my try. So that is okay. Then I can do here catch. So you can do exception. Then I can remove this. I need it there for now. Then I can say temp data. Then I have bank created successfully. I can do here temp data error creating banks. So if we relaunch our app now, we should now be able to see some of these messages in our application. So today I wanted just to show you how you can add these alerts, messages, and actually we'll be adding toasts to our app. So if you want to see how that is done, you can subscribe, like the video, and even comment down below. So here we have something going on. So we need actually a message here. Did we have this? So we need temp data, leave application created successfully. Then we need to, so we have the return. So you can say here, let's just have a return to index here. So was this being returned to index? Let's see. So here we can actually have this. You can have that. So you can return this view. Let's say return view, then return the application. Also here, we need to have this here. If everything is okay. So if it has passed all these along, you can return this redirect to action. Then we have it that way. So if we relaunch this now, we should now be able to see all the entries, all the changes that we've been able to do. Same thing to here. We need actually to return view. So let's launch this. So if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video. We notice 90% of you guys are watching our series and you haven't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider subscribe, like the video, and even comment down below. So let's just check our application. So this is how our app looks like. So let's just see some of the messages that we've added. For example, countries. So if we add a new country, we say let's just say GH. We say Ghana. So if you register, you notice that we now have the success message here. So if we come to cities, add new city, we select the country. We say here, let's just check for, let's say, Uganda, Entebbe. So that's the city. Can do Entebbe. So if we register city, realize that we are now getting the success messages. For departments, so let's add a new department. We call it store, stores department. So if you add, you notice that we now have a success message, and we can actually close it. So you can see. So I think that is it for today. If you're new to this channel and you're watching our series, consider subscribing, like the video, and see you in our next episode. Bye.